That is 7 News, first to 10, 7 at 11 begins right now.
Next, on 7 at 11, a little girl in a coma after police say a boyfriend of the mother takes discipline much too far. They risk their lives for a chance to live in the U.S. Now, dozens of Cuban refugees take another risk to go back home. A South Florida family celebrating a miracle homecoming they thought would never happen. Team Simpson is saying they're praying for justice as O.J. spends Thanksgiving behind bars. And the holiday was anything but peaceful at the place where Thanksgiving originated. 7 at 11, just 2 away.
Live from South Florida's news station, WSVN 7. This is 7 at 11.
I'm Kelly Mitchell, and 7 at 11 begins tonight in Pompano Beach, where a 4-year-old girl remains in a coma after she was allegedly abused. Police say a man was babysitting his girlfriend's daughter when this happened. Now, they say he told them the girl swore at him, so he tried to discipline her. Police say it went too far, and they say he wrapped her in a blanket and then shoved her under a waterbed mattress. She is now in a coma. He is in jail charged with aggravated child abuse. And it's a Thanksgiving to remember for one South Florida family. That woman, 24-year-old Michelle Poland, was able to overcome the medical odds. She gave birth to a healthy baby while she was in a coma. Then she came out of the coma and made an amazing recovery. For the first time since then, she was able to leave the hospital today, spend the holiday with her family. Boca Raton, the son of the late Joe Robbie, Michael Robbie, spending the holiday behind bars. Robbie was picked up by police for reportedly jumping in and out of traffic. A police officer had his leg broken, allegedly trying to get Robbie out of that traffic. Tonight he is charged with battery on a police officer and disorderly conduct. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Several Cuban refugees make a dramatic escape from the naval base and dive right into the water there. All of it caught on videotape. The refugees being held at a detention area called Camp November. A lot of the refugees there at that camp want to go back to their homeland. And let's go over to Rick Sanchez. He is at the news desk. He is gathering more on today's big stories. Rick.
All right, thanks a lot, Kelly. We begin tonight with that story of the little girl in a coma after a man allegedly stuffs her under a waterbed mattress. 7's Craig Stevens. He is live in Fort Lauderdale, where the girl is hospitalized. Craig, what can you tell us about her condition?
Rick had a chance to check just a short while ago. We understand this young girl remains comatose, remains in critical condition here at the Broward General Medical Center. As you say, investigators have charged this girl's mother's boyfriend with aggravated child abuse. There he is, 24-year-old Carlos Schenk. He remains locked up at the Broward County Jail, held on $50,000 bond tonight. Detectives say that while babysitting the toddler yesterday at his Pompano Beach home, Schenk got angry with the little girl after she supposedly cursed at him. First, detectives say he washed out her mouth with soap, then with Tabasco sauce. Finally, detectives say he wrapped her up in a comforter and wedged her beneath a waterbed mattress and left her there. The girl's aunt found her there a short time later. The girl was already unconscious, and she called, the aunt that is, called BSO. Tonight, neighbors, as you see there, got together. They are understandably shaken.
It's ridiculous. I mean, look at the past couple of weeks, what's been going on with parents. There's no possible way you can get upset with a child. I don't care what she does.
The guy's got to be a sicko. You know, I mean, especially a 4-year-old girl. They said she was cussing, so he disciplined her. That's some pretty severe discipline.
I think it's a wake-up call for everyone. Everyone who sees this, they have to really wake up and be aware of what's going on. And
again, tonight, that girl remains here at the Broward General Medical Center. She remains unidentified. She is comatose and in critical condition right now. We'll keep you posted should anything change. For now, we're live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Craig Stevens, 7 at 11.
All right, thanks a lot, Craig. We've been telling you about dramatic escapes taking place at Guantanamo Bay Naval Base. Well, tonight, we've got some of that caught on videotape. Let's go upstairs now to Belkis Naray. She's been following this for us at the update desk. What do you have, Belkis?
Rick, they risked their lives seeking freedom and a better life, but of the thousands of detainees at Guantanamo, some are risking their lives again, only this time to return to Cuba. This dramatic video of refugees trying to escape Guantanamo Bay Naval Base. About 600 Cubans want to return to their homeland. They're housed in a camp called Camp November and say the conditions there are so bad they'd rather return than live in those conditions another day. Cuban authorities take about 50 refugees back per month, but some say that's more time than they can take.
After 3 days here, I was going crazy. I didn't know what to do. Throw rocks, escape, or stay.
Of the 2 refugees that escaped and were captured on this video, one made it across to Cuba. The other changed his mind and returned. Live at the update desk, I'm Belkis Nure, 7 News 19.
And we have a breaking story that we've just learned about. It has to do with those murders of prostitutes we've been telling you about in Southwest State. There is an apparent connection now, at least according to police in Atlanta, to murders there that have taken place as well. Let's give you the background, first of all. Police in Southwest State have been saying that several people who were prostitutes were dumped off in a neighborhood. They are now suspecting it may be serial murders that are taking place. Well, tonight, Atlanta police claim to have arrested a man in connection with a prostitute being beaten up and raped, then escaping to lead police to a suspect. Now, the person's name is Sherman Ridley. He's charged with rape on October 20th, a day after murder. Miami police are now in Atlanta, we are told. They are conducting DNA tests with this police department to try and see if there is indeed a connection between the prostitute murders here in South Florida and a prostitute murder in Atlanta as well. Obviously, a story we're going to stay on top of. As we get more information, we'll share it with you. Let's go back to Kelly Mitchell now at the desk. Kelly?
All right, Rick, thank you very much. And still ahead from the Newsplex tonight, we're going to take you back to what is really the birthplace of Thanksgiving. That is Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. We have a look at how many New Englanders are trying to preserve the traditions of the past.
7 News, brought to you in part by Infiniti, who invite you to guest drive their full line of performance luxury automobiles.
Time for 7 weather with Roland Stedham.
And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I certainly hope that you enjoy the nice, cool conditions we had across South Florida. 71 degrees right now is our temperature reading, and it is going down 61%. And wind is out of the northeast at 12 miles per hour. What's happening? Well, we've got this high-pressure system on up towards the north. That, with its clockwise circulation of air, is going to continue to give us those winds out of the east tomorrow at about 15 to 20 knots. So that means small craft advisories in effect for the local coastal waters, and we will continue to see mostly fair skies. These are just a bunch of high, thin clouds passing over the area right now. No major changes in the pattern for the next few days, and so here we go for the boaters tomorrow. Winds out of the east at 15 to 20 knots, seas running 4 to 6 feet, and temperature in the surf at 79 degrees. Tonight, how about nice and cool? A low of 63. Tomorrow, sunny and breezy. Maybe a couple of morning isolated showers, but that is about it. Temperatures nudging up into the upper 70s again. Enjoy it. My time is up. I thank you for yours.
Time for 7 Video Sports with Ken Rodriguez.
And the way it looks now, if the Buffalo Bills make it back to the Super Bowl, it'll be as a wild card team. Lions fans are feeling pretty blue today, and for good reason. Second play of the game. A flea flicker by the Lions. Dave Craig to Herman Moore. A 51-yard scoring play. 7-0, 351 yards passing for Craig. Wayne Fonts likes it. 21-7 at the half, and Kelly and company went to work. Pete Metzelars with the nice catch. Lions closed the door with a couple of fourth-quarter interceptions by Willie Clay. This one returned for a touchdown. 35-21 the final. Lions improved to 6-6. Poor Thurman Thomas must have gotten a hold of Kelly's cooking today. Nothing to be thankful about having Troy Aikman and Rodney Pete on the sidelines for the Cowboys. Looked like it might be a miserable Thanksgiving for them. Second quarter, Green Bay's Brett Favre finds Sterling Sharp for one of 4 touchdown catches for Sharp. Dallas bounced back behind third-string quarterback Jason Garrett. Garrett to Alvin Harper, closed the gap, 24-20. Too many big play people on the Dallas roster. Garrett finds Michael Irvin that time. Dallas wins. They own the league's best record at 10-2. Only one NBA game. The rest of the league had the day off, and when you're 7 foot tall, you're supposed to be easy to find. Not so. Rick Smith unopposed for the Pacers, 28 points for him. Reggie Miller with the bucket. Pacers win the battle of division leaders, 123-96, the final. And that'll do for sports. Have a great Thanksgiving. Rick, Kelly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ken.
Still ahead from the Newsplex on 7 at 11.
A celebration of tradition becomes marked by a Native American protest once again. The details when 7 at 11 comes back in 2.
Seven News, brought to you in part by your South Florida Lexus dealers, who invite you to test drive a Lexus today.
And welcome back to this Thanksgiving edition of 7 at 11.
And finally, we're going to take you back to the place where Thanksgiving actually originated.
But tonight, it is not very peaceful. They're talking about Plymouth Rock. The night team's Ron Sanders has more on a massive protest that's taking place there.
Thanksgiving Day in Plymouth began with the Pilgrim's Progress, a reenactment of the procession to the first church in Plymouth more than 3.5 centuries ago. Today's observance was interrupted briefly by a small group of Native American protesters.
We as Native people are still here. We are very, very angry indeed because of the murder of millions of our people and because of the theft of nearly all of our lands.
The Native Americans, mostly from the Wampanoag tribe, held a powwow on a hill overlooking Plymouth Rock. A stone's throw from there is Plymouth Plantation. Overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, the Pilgrims crossed to find refuge from religious oppression in England. Costumed interpreters show thousands of visitors what life was like for the Pilgrims and Native Americans.
During New England winters, it got terribly cold around here. It's almost 10 or 20 below zero.
Could you live that way?
I don't think so. I don't think I could now. It's in fact, just being in some of the dwellings there, a little too smoky for me. So I know that's their only way of keeping warm, but I don't think I could live that way.
Life was a little more comfortable in the Victorian era, which is also celebrated at Plymouth Plantation. But the younger visitors seem to enjoy the recreations of older homesteads.
What do you like best?
I like all the houses.
What do you like about the houses?
I like because it's nice and warm in there and stuff, and they have the fires in there and stuff.
Would you like to be a pilgrim?
Yeah.
You would. What would you do if you were a pilgrim?
I would sing for everybody.
And that warm thought on this cold night should lighten hearts from Plymouth Rock to the Rocky Mountains and beyond, wherever Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving. Ron Sanders, 7 News with the night team.
All right, thank you, Ron.
We celebrated it right here in the Newsplex. Happy Thanksgiving. That does it for 7 at 11. I'm Kelly Mitchell.
And like most of you, ate too much, we might add. I'm Rick Sanchez. Join us again tomorrow, beginning right here at 6 a.m. for Today in Florida, the day after Thanksgiving version.
Good night and happy shopping tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
Seven News, brought to you in part by Chevrolet, who invite you to see all the new Chevy cars for 1994.